What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ty Moore Tech. I am Ty Moore, and today I'm talking about what I think of the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max after a few months of use. I've been using the iPhone 12 Pro Max for months now as my regular phone, and I wanted to share with you some of the things I like about it, some of the things I don't like, and let you decide for yourself whether or not it's a phone you think you ought to have. There are a few things about the iPhone 12 Pro Max that I don't love. The first, the obvious, the price tag. Phones have gotten so crazy expensive now that you have to spend a bunch of money if you want the latest and greatest phone, the latest and greatest features. This year is the first year that the Max iPhone, so the larger screen size iPhone, had features that the one below it did not. So like the iPhone 11 Pro Max was essentially the same phone as the iPhone 11 Pro. Whereas this year the iPhone 12 Pro Max had some nicer camera features than the iPhone 12 Pro. So you're stuck paying more money if you want to get all of those features. Now, I did a little research because I wanted to make myself miserable and see what I could do with the amount of money that I put into buying an iPhone 12 Pro Max. And don't tell my wife, but you could buy 2 round-trip tickets to Hawaii for the amount of money I have in my phone. Although, if you upgrade often enough, the following year, that phone will be worth more than if you wait, 3-4 years to sell your phone. So, if I spend $1,000 on a phone one year and the next year sell it for $800, it didn't cost me nearly as much to own that phone. I've got equity in the phone that I just pass on to the next phone. Another thing that's not my favorite about the iPhone 12 Pro Max, it's a big phone. I like the big screen size, I do, but it's just kind of funky to hold in my hand. It's big, it's hard to reach all the way up to the corners. It's just difficult to get to the corners with your thumb, so you are kind of forced to use 2 hands to use the phone. Another downside to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, iPhone 12 Pro, is that they're brand new phones and they had some features, the MagSafe, so the magnets in the back of the phone. I love that feature, but there are not a lot of cases that offer that MagSafe capability. I think when it first launched, maybe OtterBox and Apple had phone cases that use that MagSafe technology and nobody else. So getting a cheap iPhone case that had MagSafe was just about impossible. Another thing I've noticed, I have a phone mount inside of my car that my phone mounts into, and it's got a wireless charger in it. I have found that charger is very fickle with my phone. It has to be in just the right position to charge my phone. And so that's been driving me crazy, and I use that car mount a lot less because of, whatever it is, the size of the phone or the size of the charger is different than my phone before, and so it's harder to find that sweet spot to get my phone to charge. That's been real annoying. I also wanted to share some of Jamie's complaints, and I know what you're thinking. Who's Jamie? Jamie is my wife. She's a lady, and she cares a whole lot less about technology than I do, so that makes her less of a weirdo than me, which means that you'll probably appreciate the things that she has to say a little bit more than me. So, a couple complaints that Jamie has about her iPhone 12 Pro. The first thing is everything is expensive. When I told her how much the phone was, she was surprised. And then when I told her how much I had to spend on a MagSafe charging puck and a 20-watt wall charger to use the MagSafe charger, and then we had to get 2 of each of those things so each of our phones could have it, it was sad. So she doesn't love how expensive all the things are. And they are. When you have a brand new phone with new technology in it that requires you to get other things, it can be kind of expensive. Another complaint, and it's a small complaint, is that it's a little bit bigger than the phone she was used to, which was the iPhone 6S. So it's slightly larger. She does like that to a point, but it is also a little harder for her hands to hold than the iPhone 6S was. I know. She was using an iPhone 6S until the iPhone 12 Pro came out. I was like 5 or 6 years old when we upgraded her. And it was an upgrade, let me tell you. Things I love about the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. First of all, camera. Everybody says the camera. The camera's nuts. I had an iPhone 10 before this one, and it had a great camera. The iPhone 12 Pro Max camera is nuts. The beautiful pictures that this thing takes without even trying is spectacular. It makes everyone a photographer. Seriously, my wife has just taken pictures of our kids and sent them to other people, and she's gotten lots of comments from other people about how great her pictures look. And she's not even trying to create some beautiful photo. So, camera, huge plus. Next, battery life. Battery life is huge. I know it's a big deal on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but even on the 12 Pro, we've noticed a huge gain in battery life. I don't even charge my phone overnight anymore because I can get about a day and a half use out of my phone. Granted, when I'm using it to record YouTube videos, it takes a little bit more, but it has such great battery life that I'm just charging it sort of intermittently at my desk at work and then going days without charging it. It's awesome. Another thing that I love about the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, and this would be true of any of the iPhone 12s, is the MagSafe accessories. So if you don't know what those are, there's a circle magnet on the back of the phone that also integrates with a charger. And so you can charge your phone by connecting it to the back of the iPhone. There's this puck that magnets to the back of your phone and starts to charge. It's awesome. There are also other things that use that MagSafe capability. If you have money to buy a new phone, the MagSafe capabilities on the back of the iPhone 12s are awesome. They're a game changer. And if you're thinking about upgrading in the next couple of years, you definitely need to get an iPhone with MagSafe. So if you need to wait another year for the iPhone 12 to be cheaper, do that, but you are going to want to have that MagSafe on there. Magnet chargers are sweet. I never used wireless charging just because it was inconvenient. I had to find a place to set the charger, and then I had to set my phone down on it and kind of balance it and hope it didn't slide off in the middle of the night. And if you bump it, it gets knocked off. Whereas the magnet charger sticks to the back, stays on it. I'm so pumped to use it backpacking because it's just going to stick to my phone. It's sweet. I love it. MagSafe chargers are amazing. If you're into photography or videography at all, using your cell phone for that, there's a company called Moment that is making all kinds of accessories that will mount onto that magnet on the back, from lights and flashes to microphones and all kinds of cool stuff. So more and more companies are going to start to do more and more stuff with that MagSafe. It's something that you might want to consider having. And lastly, on the MagSafe, and I know I'm beating this horse, but Anchor is a technology company. They just announced a new product that I'm just so pumped about. As soon as the MagSafe charging came out, I was so pumped about somebody creating an external battery that your phone would snap down onto. Because I go camping, I go backpacking, and I'm always plugging my phone in, which is fine, but you got to have the cords all around. Wireless charging just didn't make any sense because you're backpacking, you're setting your phone down in a tent, and if you knock it over, which you're going to do, it's not charging anymore. You wake up in the morning, you're annoyed because the charger didn't do its job, so you don't have any charge. Anchor just announced an external battery pack, and what it is it's essentially just like a thing that snaps onto the back of your phone from that MagSafe and charges your phone. I can't wait to see some of those external battery makers just have a spot that your phone snaps down onto. But this is a great start. Anchor, sweet battery. Can't wait to try it. Super pumped on the MagSafe battery capabilities. Okay, I get it. I'm moving off MagSafe. Next, screen size. iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's a giant screen. I love watching the giant screen. Yeah, it's sweet. The screen size is amazing. The resolution is amazing. Watching stuff in higher resolutions on that phone is just incredible. I love it, and I don't ever want to go back. Now, some of Jamie's favorites, remember from earlier, Jamie, wife, lady, less technology, better comments. Something Jamie really likes about the iPhone 12 Pro is how easy the camera is to use. I mentioned earlier that lots of people were complimenting her on her nice photos. She wasn't really even trying to get those nice photos. But you can switch to portrait mode and you get these beautiful portrait shots of your kids or whatever you're taking pictures of. And the HDR, high dynamic range, in the photos that the iPhone takes are just incredible. So when you're out in the yard and you take a picture of somebody, you get the blue of the sky plus their face is exposed. It's just such a great looking photo. And it's so simple to use. If you have a little bit of light, this camera is going to make your friends think you took a class. The other huge bonus that my wife loved is the storage. So we went with the base model on my wife's with 128 gigabytes of storage, which is just a little less than 10 times the storage she had on her iPhone 6S. So she was at a place with her iPhone 6S where she couldn't take a picture because she didn't have enough room, or she couldn't download an image because she had too many things going on 16 gigabytes. And so she would have to delete photos in order to download an update or download a picture or something ridiculous. Now, she has storage for days and doesn't have to worry about not being able to take pictures of our kids, not being able to download pictures from other people. It's great. She loves how much storage she has on her iPhone 12 Pro. In conclusion, if you've got $1,000 to $1,500 to spend on a phone, the iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro Max are the way to go. If you're willing to spend $1,000 to $1,500 on a phone, I highly recommend the iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro Max. Even if you are not going to use all the capabilities of that phone. And here's why: technology is going so fast. It's screaming fast. And if you have a phone that's 2 years old, you might as well have a phone that's 10 years old. So the iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro Max, they're going to have all the new features of the iPhones that are coming up. You can guarantee all iPhones now are going to have MagSafe, and all kinds of companies are going to start making MagSafe accessories. If you buy an iPhone 11 or older, you're going to wish you had that MagSafe capability. So if you've got the extra money to spend, I highly recommend these phones. If not, you might just wait a year, and now it's going to be 6 months before they announce the newest phone, and these will drop in price. But I highly recommend the MagSafe. The newer phones, they're going to have staying power longer than a 2-year-old phone. These phones are going to be good for at least the next few years. If you're upgrading from anything other than like an iPhone 11 Pro, you're going to notice a huge jump. You're going to notice a jump in camera, in battery life, in storage, and, if I haven't said it enough, in MagSafe. Huge upgrades. No one needs this phone. There it is. I said it. Nobody needs this phone. But if you're thinking about getting one, I highly recommend it. As I have mentioned in previous videos, I like new things. So I'm a little bit biased. But my wife, she was rocking an iPhone 6S for the last 5 years. It had 16 gigabytes of storage, and the battery was literally failing. Like it would just randomly say, hey, no more battery, goodbye. She's the most content lady. Doesn't need the newest phone, but she's super glad she has it. She loves the new features, and I think you will too. So like I said, you don't need the phone, but if you need a new phone and you're thinking about upgrading, you can scrape together a few $100s more to get these phones, the iPhone 12s or the iPhone 12 Pro. I would highly recommend it, unless you'd rather buy 2 round-trip tickets to Hawaii, which would not be a terrible use of money either. All right, everybody, that is it for this video. I hope that gave you a glimpse into my experience with some technology. Hope it uncomplicated some of the iPhone 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max features for you. If you have any questions on anything that maybe I didn't cover, feel free to leave those in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already, and ring that bell so you get notifications when I post a new video, and you will see more videos uncomplicating your complicated technology. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.